everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm going to do a little project for you today that we did at my in-person stamp camp. It is going to combine some elements from the mini catalog, and I'm going to show you all stuff that is currently in stock. And I'm going to show you, it's one of my favorite papers out of here, and again in stock, so you can order it today. It is an all-season paper, so you can use it if you're if you want to make some fall cards. You could combine it with the All About Autumn stamp set, the stamp set that goes with it. I didn't actually get. I got the punch that goes with it. Those of you that are in Try It class, it's one of my favorite projects that is in your Try It class. That is a class that I'm working on right now. I'm almost finished with it, and then I'm going to move on to club and to the Oh Holy Night class. But I'm going to use that stuff, and I did choose stuff that is currently in stock, like I said. But I'm also going to use the World Card Making Day stuff, so we'll talk a second about that. So I'm going to use Garden Walk. I've got my catalog from Try It, so ignore my notes. I work from my catalog that I've taken notes in when I do that class. I do want to let you know that this month, well, every single month, if you purchase from me online or if you call your orders in or email them to me or something, as long as you purchase from me, I have thank you gifts. This month, one of the thank you gifts, well, there's two, but one is the Blooming Pearls, which happen to be the embellishment that are part of the Garden Walk suite. So you can get those for free. I'm not using them on today's card though, so I wanted to make sure I told you at the beginning. I'm going to use another fun little embellishment on today's card. You can also get the vanilla and black ribbon. So head to my website, or if you're on my email list, I always let you know what the thank you gifts are and the host code. You also get card kits to craft along with me every month when you purchase from me. But World Card Making Day is October 7th. So it's a free event. You do have to register. Well, you don't have to register, but when you register, then Stampin' Up! Will send you the information and the links and stuff that you'll need so you can follow along with them. There are 3 sets, and I wrote them down, but I left the little note at my desk. It's the stamp set that has the round punch. It'll be on, if you go underneath this video, if you're on YouTube, I have the link to go to the blog post. It's Earth and Elegance. So if you're in my card club, you're in luck, because that was just one of our stamp sets. Then it's the one I'm going to show you now, which is a sneak peek stamp set for a set that will be in the upcoming mini catalog in January. And I don't have it. It goes with the circle punch. It's in the annual catalog. So if you get those 3 stamp sets or substitute something similar, and then there's a little list of things that you can have. So you can stamp all day along with some of Stampin' Up's employees, the CEO and her daughter. So it's like when you watch Carissa and I. And you can do the projects with them. They'll have all of the measurements and show you how to do it. It's like when we do demonstrator events with Stampin' Up! Like that. So it's completely free. So you just need this stuff. So I'm going to use the set, and then I'm going to use it with the paper. So let me show you this paper, because it is in stock, as is the ribbon, as are the embellishments. So you can get all of this right now. It's beautiful paper. See, I drink my water out of these little fancy cocktail cups that I get at Goodwill, because I like the 70s. So you can see the paper has a fun feel. There was some poinsettias. There's ones that you can definitely put some autumn stamp sets with. If you just need a few cards, the All About Autumn paper is due in early October. If you're on my email list, then I do put those dates in there. And if there's something in particular and you're my customer, I'm happy to kind of keep you abreast of when those things are coming in. So that's the paper. And then I am going to use the Heartfelt Hexagon bundle. And you can see it has this really fun hexagon punch. This one has the modern oval punch, and I love it because I did use it on this card. They're kind of a similar shape. I think they would be fun to use together. It's the size that are they're both kind of modern. So I'm going to use this. Actually, the day that I made this card, I'm going to use the stamp that says "Let's Eat Cake." And the day that we did it, we made our reservations for the annual cake bake if you're in Indianapolis. Well, if you're going to be in Orlando at Disney, she's opening another one. It's one of Oprah's favorite places to eat, and she's opening another one. So we go there every year. My girlfriends, Stampin' girlfriends and I. So let's make the card. So I have chosen this piece of paper to use because I love it. I love It's the wild wheat, I think, that pulls the 70s vibe into it for me. And then Calypso Coral, and then some white cardstock. Probably need some scrap, but we're going to cover most of this up, so I'm going to use it for my scrap because I'm going to color a little bit with my blends. I'm going to stamp in Poppy Parade. I've just chosen my colors based on what's in the paper. So let's get our Poppy Parade. And I'm going to stamp one of the frames. There's two different frames. Since you haven't seen it, I'll show you. I'm using this one, and then there's one that's a little less. This also has some wedding sentiments. I've been on the wedding train. So many wedding cards recently. Between, you know, because you have to do shower and wedding and shower and shower. So stamp that in the Poppy. And then I'm going to stamp the words "Let's Eat Cake" in the Pretty Peacock. I like when you work with the designer series paper because sometimes the Stampin' Up! Artists put colors together that we might not think of. So when this video posts, I'm not sure when I'll post it, but when it posts and it goes out with its coordinating email, I always send an email, I will have an additional special. So make sure you're on my email list, or you can check the website. That way, if you've missed the email, it'll just be for a day or two, because those of you that purchase this bundle will get a little something extra from me. And then this is Wild Wheat. This set has a bunch of little add-ons, so I'm just going to add a little flower right there. So that's all the stamping. Now we're going to do a tiny bit of coloring, and you can color on with blends on regular ink pads. You just have to you don't want to like press and press and press because it could smear, but we're just going to go quickly. So I have my light Calypso Coral. I'm just going to go right here around the edge. You could punch and then color, but see how I'm holding the edge here? If I punched first and then color, it gives you less to hold on to. So I opt to punch second, just so I have a little bit of larger area to hold on to. Makes it a little bit easier. I'm just pulling that a little bit around. So when it's all said and done, the reason I chose this to do it this method is I want a white flower on my label, and this is a way to get the white flower, but it looks like I used colored cardstock. And then I'm going to use light balmy blue again to match this, but my flower is going to stay white. So I'm going to use my brush tip, and again I'm going to go fast so it doesn't smear anything. Except right here around my flower, I'm just going to kind of just go right around it so it stays white. And the nice thing about the blends is they bleed ever so slightly, so they'll bleed into the paper, and kind of these little brush stroke lines will eventually disappear. There'll be a little bit of them. If you're doing it and you don't have ink that you're worried about smearing, you can color a second coat and there's no brush stroke lines at all. I just don't want my ink to smear. Okay, now we have the one coat. I'm just going to take flat on its brush tip and kind of just, once you have the second coat, then it just kind of bleeds in on itself. And as it dries, it will kind of just ooze into all of each other and look like it's some blue paper. Let's take our punch. And pop this out. Super cute. So with this paper, you could do a much more muted one and do the sympathy card. There's the Mr. and Mrs. You can hope their day's filled with joy. And then there's also one to send love and happiness. And then you can see all the other little pieces. So the order number for that, you can find it. It's an online exclusive right now, but you can also, I'll have the picture and the order number on my website or in the email. Now for this is another online exclusive. I am going to send this through my folder. And you can see that this has gotten a little dented up. It was a package that got dropped on the floor. And so, you know, sometimes it happens and all the corners get dinged. When you send it through a folder, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to send this through. And I'm using a different one than I used on my first one, but they're both part of the same packet. In this packet of online exclusives, you get 3. So I just thought I'd show you both options. So I'm going to have coral on coral. So I'm going to take these 2. Stick this over to the side. I'm using Seal Plush. You may wonder why. It's a little bit humid in my house today because I have the windows open. It's a tiny bit muggy and it just holds a little bit better. So this is the trim that comes with the suite. In stock. Hasn't gone out of stock. You can tell which of the suites especially were super popular. So I'm going to get that, and you can, the thing I like about this braided trim is that you can see how you can mess with it and get it to be the right shape. So pull it, get it nice and tight, and then you can go back in and reshape it. I want it to go right under there. I'm going to get my card all mounted together because I'm going to use the enamel effects. And those will take a second to dry. So your card basically needs to be done so you can set it aside. Whoops. Wrong direction. There we go. This over. So starting, I have to get my Try It class out, and then I'm going to work on club. I'm going to work on my All Holy Night class. I have lots of stuff I need to work on. But over the next few videos that appear on this channel, I am going to be featuring, there's a whole bunch of online exclusive papers, and none of them are out of stock. Some of them can be used for fall. Some of them are Christmas papers. So I'm going to be showcasing some of those. And then I'm going to move on to all of the paper that I haven't used because I was working on my Try It class. So this is it comes in the original online exclusives. I thought about using the gold because it matches the wild wheat. You do want to be careful the first time you squish this out. So let me squish it onto some paper over here. There we go. You don't want to get a big blob. So I'm just going to go right over the top. They kind of do, I call it the Dairy Queen thing, you know, where it has the cone top, but they all fall back down to make a nice little round circle. So I find if you kind of go fast with it, they almost do better because they pull up, but they have that cone top. Let me Get a little bit closer. So see how this one is all coney, and see how that one's already fallen down. So I'm just going to do a whole little line of pearls. So there's two different sets of these now, and the original one was in a mini catalog. Let's get one right here in the center of our flower. I made that one a little bit bigger. And it is red, black, and white. And then there is a new one. It's in the catalog, so it's not new, but it's newer than the original. And it is copper, silver, and gold. So you can see those have already no more Dairy Queen comb. So don't try to waste all of your time making sure that they don't have the little point, because the little point goes away on its own. So just go quick. I'm not fast forwarding this. I did fast forward. Well, I will. I haven't yet because I'm still filming. But when I edit, I will have fast forwarded me coloring some of that blend over the blue part, because nobody wants to sit and watch that in real time. But this I'm doing in real time just so you can see it doesn't take long. And if you put this many embellishments, it would look fabulous. And I'm all about using up your embellishments, right? But this is a lot. This would be a lot. This is like when your grandkids get a hold of your embellishments and decide they're going to use them. So already, almost all of them now no longer have Dairy Queen tops. The main secret to when you use these is now you have to put this someplace where your cat's not going to step on them, where you're not going to accidentally put your hand on top of it. Then the final step, just because we can, and this is currently not available, but I know most of you buy them in bulk like I do, so you should probably have some. I'm just going to brush a little bit of glitter. And I did this second because there's no point in brushing it under where the ribbon's going to be. So you don't want to touch it though. It takes maybe 5 minutes till it's touch dry. I wouldn't put it in an envelope and mail it until 24 hours, but an hour, and you could, if you're doing it at a class, take it home. So here's this one. And once they're dry, they're hard dry. Like hard, all the way hard. You could mail it. They feel just like pearls that you got out of an embellishment. So there you go. So again, this is the special World Card Making Day set. It's called Heartfelt Hexagon. And it's I'm using the Garden Walk stuff. These are free this month. And if you'd rather just stick these on, they would be equally as cute on that card. You could stick the gold one in there and then just have highlights of the other colors. But those pearls are super fun. So everybody have a great day, and I'll catch you back here later. Bye.